Hey everybody, so the Three Geeks podcast conversation. We have Michael Bailey Smith with us, as well as Max. How's everybody doing?
Doing all right.
Good.
Good.
Doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, happy to have you. Good. Yeah. What got you into acting, Liam? What kind of sparked that interest?
It was kind of by a little bit accident, I guess. After how are we going to start this? So let's back up a little bit. So it's a story I've told a few times. So I finished my high school in the Middle East, actually in Iran. I'm an old dude. So my dad was in the Air Force, American Air Force, and was working with the Iranian Air Force back in the day when they got along. And so I graduated there in 76. I know, in the U.S. Embassy. Actually, one of my superintendent of my high school is one of the 52 American hostages, which is kind of interesting. So I wanted to play. My goal was to play college football, right? So that's what I wanted to do, and it was always been a dream of mine. And but I was 6'4", 260 pounds, skinny dude. I could take my hand and reach around the other side of my arm, but I was a decent athlete. Pretty good in football at the end of my senior year. They had football teams in Iran. It was crazy enough. American school was big enough to have that. So when I graduated, I got a job at Westinghouse as a laborer, just shoveling dirt and pulling cables for Westinghouse in Iran. I did it for 9 months and built a radar installation in Iran, just outside Tehran, up in the mountains. And when I was there, I was trying to save money to go to college because I was the oldest of 6 kids. There's no way my parents could ever afford to send me, especially on a sergeant's pay. And so my dad says, well, why don't you join the military and get the GI Bill? And so you can join the Air Force. I'm like, nah, I said, no, I'm not doing that. I said, I respect what you're doing, but I want to do something different, maybe a little bit shorter. So I Marines were 4 years. Air Force was 4 years. Army had a 3-year tour stint. And with that, I wanted to do something that was kind of hardcore. So I joined the 82nd Airborne Division as a paratrooper. So I did that for 3 years, went from 160 pounds to about 240, got out. And it's, and then when I was in, there was a chaplain in my unit, big dude, 6'3", 6'2", 250-pound, all muscle chaplain, who was a smoking, drinking, cussing, he beat the crap out of you in 2 seconds type of a chaplain. And he goes, hey, Corporal Smith, I understand you want to play football. And I said, yes, sir. And he goes, I played at Kansas State. I was an All-American linebacker before I went to seminary school. I said, that's outstanding, sir. And he goes, let me make some phone calls and see what I can do. I'm like, okay. So next thing you know, he calls me about a month later. He goes, well, I talked to Notre Dame and they want to see you. So they want you to come and play for them. They love older guys, and you'd be getting out at 22, and so be older and more mature. I don't know about the mature part, but I was definitely older for sure. I got so that was about 6
time at least.
Yeah. So that was about 6 months out from getting out, and then he calls me back at his office. He goes, where are you from? And I said, well, I'm from Michigan, sir. He goes, well, what I was thinking. Go to Notre Dame, you're probably going to ride the bench for a while, before you get to play. Why don't you go somewhere you can play right off the bat? And he was known for putting guys into the college that would then later on get a chance at the NFL. And so he said, let me make some phone calls. And so he said, Eastern Michigan hasn't won a game in a year. They need some help. So I walked on at Eastern, got redshirted my freshman year, played the next 4 years, became preseason All-American. And then I ended up going to the Dallas Cowboys in 1985. And I was in camp with them until I re-injured my knee. My knee was bad going in, but I re-injured it. So let me go, went back to Eastern and floundered around for a while, got in trouble, been stabbed, shot at, guns in my face. People wanted to kill me. This is the Detroit area. So it got pretty serious. And finally got my shit together and graduated from college. Chased a girl out to California thinking this was going to be it. And she got a job at, she was an aerospace engineer. And her name was Mary Bannon out of New Jersey. And she's married now, probably got 50 kids. But anyway, I chased her out there, and that lasted about a month. She was into classical. I was into Metallica. So there wasn't like a lot of, So definitely.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So when I was there, after she dumped me, I was doing the bachelor thing, and I had a crappy apartment with some weird people and doing all that. And I had a job. My degree was in computer science, so I had a job with with a company called Xerox, debugging software and writing code. And I'm not a cubicle dude, man. I'm just not a cubicle guy. I respect it.
I'm shocked hearing the rest of the story so far that you wouldn't want to work in a cubicle.
Agreed. So anyway, I befriended this guy named Steve Henenberry, who later became an American Gladiator in the 90s. He was Tower in American Gladiator. So big dude. I'm 6'4". He's like 6'5" or 6'4". He's kind of big. He was Mr. I think Wisconsin or something like that. He was in a bodybuilding. I got into bodybuilding, and so let me show you a picture of what I look like 2 weeks before. I'm going to back up a little bit here. So 2 weeks before I went to the Dallas Cowboys. This is how big I used to be.
Goodness, I don't even care that you're an actor anymore. Like this story.
I was going to say before you finish, I was like, Jesus, dude.
Oh my goodness.
It's just kind of shining there.
That's okay, but everyone gets the general perception of like you are a massive human.
Yeah, so that's about 285, 290, and about 9% body fat. So that was before I went to the Cowboys. I ran a 40 and 4.8. I was super fast.
Yeah, you're hustling.
And I will freaking hit you. Thank goodness I didn't play very long because I'd probably have CTE because I would put my head through your chest in 2 seconds. Sure. I still get that feeling I want to hit somebody sometimes, but my wife tells me you can't do that. You end up in jail. So,
yes, that's not cool.
But anyway, so he says, we started training together and we did some guest posing. I got in bodybuilding a little bit. I'll show you what I look like when I competed. I competed twice actually. Let me find a picture of that.
I don't say this often, but I think your not acting life is way more interesting than your acting life.
Yeah. Now here is me when I competed. So that's me right there competing.
Dude.
So
Jack, and there's some glare, but we definitely can see the general outline.
There you go.
Dude. Oh my God.
You were a specimen of a human.
Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, he and I just did guest posing appearance. I competed once but then I came in third. But I had a bad knee from football, so I couldn't build my legs up they were big ass legs. They were like 32-inch legs, quads, but they weren't nowhere near what they were supposed to be. My arms were 21. My chest was almost 60. I think my max bench when I was in college, I benched 525 for 12.
12?
Yeah, I did. I did behind the back. I did behind the back. Seated shoulder press with 365. I curled 315. I squatted over 6 for 12. We had this thing called in college called the Penn State workout. You had to go like if you start like this is your squat. You start here and you go 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 1,001. Dude, it was freaking a bitch. Here's a funny story about this.
I believe it. Yeah.
So here's a funny story about this. The Coach Z was my O-line coach. Great guy. We're still friends. We still talk about the crazy stories. I was going for the record. I wanted to blow the record away. So I had, I think, 550 for, I was going to do 550 for 12. I did a max of over 6, but I did 550 for 12. Threw down there. He brought his daughter down, little girl, daughter down, and I'm getting ready to do the squat. Now, how can I say this? I am a different person like I was when I played football It's grabbing the bar and going, motherfucker, bam! Blood coming down my head. Like, let's do this, man! And he had to run his daughter out of the
Yeah.
Oh my God! I bet you never went to another gym again.
We still talk about that, but it was pretty crazy. But I held that record for a long time. But they got rid of that kind of program. But anyway, back to this. So Steve and I, he had been dabbling, doing that kind of the quasi acting thing. He was Conan up at the Universal live action show. So he'd drive up there like every few days. He had a regular sales job selling weightlifting equipment. And so we went up there and he goes, hey, I got this movie. I'm auditioning for this movie called Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 5, playing a bigger version of Freddy Krueger called Super Freddy. Why don't you come with me? Maybe you can audition too. And I said, all right, cool. So I went in and asked my boss, if I could take the day off. She said no. And I said, well, I quit. And that's how it was. So I just quit. I didn't, I walked out. She goes, you sure you want to do that? I said, yep. I said, see everybody. And there was people I knew that I liked. I never saw again. So hopped in the car. We drove up to Los Angeles, and I saw the Walk of Fame. I saw the Hollywood sign, the Brown Derby. I saw Hollywood. The audition was really on Hollywood and Vine. You can't get any more Hollywood than that, right?
Sure.
So we went in and I sat down in the foyer and he goes in and reads or does something what I didn't know. They didn't give you any sides or any material. They was looking for some big dudes. And I was, a big muscular guy. And so they asked me, hey, you want to audition too? And I said, yeah, I'll do it. So, like I tell people, listen, in life, you're going to a lot of times presented with two choices. And even though you're scared shitless, as long as you're not selling drugs or pimping yourself on the corner or, praying to Satan, then I think you're going to be okay. Right. So just kind of go for it. Right. And so I did. I went in and it was this director named Stephen Hopkins. He's like, so Michael, you seen those Freddy Krueger movies? And I'm like, yeah, of course. He goes, I need something big and scary, can laugh like Freddy Krueger. Let out this big laugh. So I let out this big laugh. He goes, that's fucking awesome. Guess what? You got yourself a job. I'm like, what? Then about 2 weeks later, I'm on the set with Robert Englund in his trailer. And we're talking about life. We're talking about Hollywood. And we're talking about Freddy Krueger. So he was so gracious to me and so nice that I went, wow, this is what I want to do. And that's how I started the whole acting thing.
What a dope story. That's one of the coolest.
That was 11 minutes of me telling my story. So
I love it.
Yeah.
And I was
11 minutes of gold.
So in that time, in that 11 minutes, though, I could tell you some crazy ass stories. How about this story? From when I was working at Westinghouse, you have to I was in Iran, right? Working at Westinghouse. I still lived in my parents' house where they had a villa there. And I was old with 6 kids. And so we'd go to the Westinghouse station or the office and they get there like by 6 a.m. They throw us in a car. We drive up into the mountains, right? And work all day. I'd be pulling cable and doing all these things. And they come back down. They dump you off at around probably 7, 8. If you work a little later, sometimes you don't dump you off till 9. Well, the taxis quit running at around 8 or 9. So what are you going to do? So you have to catch a ride with these independent drivers. And these are just dudes driving around picking people up, right? And this, and then in Iran, this means the same thing as this. So you learn that real quick. I did learn that with my first day, sticking my hand out like this and people bonking and throwing shit at me, So, and so finally I was like this, and I went like that in a car, and I was catching these rides to get to my house. And I had if the regular taxi took me, it would take me probably 30 minutes. So it took me longer to get off the taxi here, taxi there, taxi there. I was on my last leg, and my last leg was in this road called Majidiyeh. And it's a road that goes up like this, and it goes on top of this hill, and then all of a sudden the street lights go out, and it's desolate. It's just nothing but desert and darkness. And it goes on top of those, and it comes back down, back into another part of the city, of the town where we lived. So I'm tired. I haven't eaten. I'm just grouchy, and I'm sticking my hand. No one's stopping. All of a sudden, this black car pulls up. There's 4 dudes in it, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. And I'm like, what first of all, anybody in their right mind would say, nope, not getting in your car, right? What do I do? I'm super tired. I go, I could take these dudes.
Oh, so you're a brick shithouse at the time. I would imagine
No, I'm 6'4", 160 pounds.
Oh, this is okay. My bad.
Okay, so I said, but I'm in my mind, I'm going, I can take these guys. Yeah. So the guy gets out of the back and goes, be up, which means come on, guys. So I get in the back seat. So there's this guy, me in the back, and they're all like patting me, and I felt like we're all like a big team now, and brothers. We have seen each other a long time. Also, we're driving down the road, driving about 10 minutes, 20 minutes. So we get on top of this hill, and we stop. On top of the hill, I go, "Chi Bubba," which means like, "What's going on?" And dude in the passenger turns around, puts a gun right in my face, and other guys turn around. 2 guys in the back grab my arms like this, and I'm like, "Holy shit!" And right when I get my hand, I have like this, I go in and I punch the gun out like that. I punched the gun. It didn't go off, but I punched the gun. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, floodlights blast into the car, just blast in. You're like, and there's people, doors are flying open. People are screaming. There's like these big freaking machine guns and, MPs and AK-47 sticking in the car, and people are getting yanked out. No one's yanking me out. All of a sudden, I see an opening, and I get out of the car, and I just run. Yeah. And I put that 4840 speed to work. Let me tell you, I'm running as fast as I can across one field, jump over a wall, jump over another wall, and run. I finally get to the street, and I see this car pulling up behind me and chasing me, and then it pulls around me and stops. I get, and I'm like this, they're like that. We're going back and forth, and all of a sudden I make it around, and I run to my house, and we had this big house. It had a big steel gate, and I'm pounding on the door. Dad, let me in. Now, understand, back in the day in Iran, Americans were getting killed by terrorists and things like that. Americans, were getting killed. And so my dad was issued a gun. So when I was pounding on that door, Dad, I pushed the buzzer, pound, pound, pound. All of a sudden, I could see the car pulling up the road, getting closer to me. Dad, all of a sudden, he comes out, the whole situation like that. And I said, those guys are, they're freaking trying to do some shit to me, whatever. And he goes, what the, whatever. And he's getting all pissed off. And all of a sudden, these guys get out. They're not the same guys that were in the car. These guys that did the whole light thing, and they all had badges around their neck, and they were cops. They were called the gendarmes, and they were undercover. I got in a car. They told my dad that I got in a car with 4 cutthroat killers. They've been tracking these guys. They've been killing strangers for like the last 2 months trying to catch them. They watched me get in the car, followed me the whole way, and then waited this whole thing to go down, and then they just hang. So they said, your son is freaking lucky that he's not freaking dead on the side of the road.
You were the bait. Oh, that is wild.
Yes. So
that is wild. Oh man, I would have been dead. I would have been dead. They would have pointed that gun in my face, and I would have just crapped my pants and died. Like that would have been it.
The first thing I did, I was like, bam, I just knocked it away from me.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not going down like a little bitch. Trust me. I'm gonna
point proven. Yeah, point proven. Yeah.
Anyway,
no, for real. That is
right.
wild.
I have tons of stories like this. I have tons of stories like when we were working at Westinghouse up in the mountains. We got snowed in for 2 weeks, and we had to walk down. That is, I could tell a guy on the way had a heart attack on the way down. We revived him. All this just crazy stuff. Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Okay. We do have to ask some questions.
Like some movie stuff. Like you.
Okay. Even though I don't
way more
care
anymore.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
But all right. So your Fantastic Four experience. What was it like being on? You work so hard on a movie that ends up getting canceled, and they're just like not going to release it. To go to the newer one where they finally brought you guys back around and allowed you to be part of that.
Yes, that I can see this.
So it's a little glare. You can kind of see. I can see you. I think.
There you go.
There you go. Hey.
Oh, there we go. Yep.
Awesome.
How was your Fantastic Four experience? How did they treat you on this new go around? And what are some stories from that?
Yeah. So it was an incredible experience. If you don't mind, I could. If we have a couple minutes here, let me do.
We have all the time to work for you, my man. So whatever you want to share.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna read a story
Please.
that I posted on Facebook. Hold on for a second. I'm a writer. I just got one of my screenplays optioned just recently, and I love writing. I love words. I love all that stuff. So let me just tell this one story real quick. Hold on. So yeah, the experience was just incredible. It was just incredible. What the hell? Why isn't this not showing?
Nothing ever works when you need it to.
Yeah, it's all good. And we can cut this down too. We can clip it, make it shorter. I'll wait for it to load. But
yeah, it was an incredible experience. Come on, here we go. What?
We should have you on just to hear about your stuff in Iran, though. Like, there's a part of me is like, we should get you back on just to talk about life before acting.
But also, and then going to play for the NFL. I mean, like
there's a whole bunch of stuff we can talk about.
Your career was short, but no, that's insane.
Okay, here we go. I said, so I posted this on Facebook. Is it okay if I read this?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I say, hey everyone. So by now you probably heard the news. The cast of the original Fantastic Four from 1994 makes a cameo in the new Fantastic Four First Steps, releasing this Friday. This is probably, I think it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday. I think it was the Tuesday before the Friday on the 25th. And wow, do I have a story to tell you. As many of you know, I played Ben Grimm and provided the voice for the thing in the original 1994 version. It was a film made with love, long nights, and big dreams. But sadly, the executive producer who owned the rights never intended it for it to be released, and so it was shelved, and we were devastated. Over time, bootleg copies of our film spread through conventions, fan circles, and even YouTube, slowly building a passionate following. Then, in 2015. The documentary Doom, the untold story of the Roger Corman's Fantastic Four, created by the talented Marty Langford, brought our story into the spotlight and helped grow our community even further. In recent years, Joseph Culp, who played Dr. Doom, helped lead a movement to get our film officially released. I proudly signed the petition and joined the fight like so many of you. But still, nothing, no release, no acknowledgement until now. No acknowledgement. 3 big Fantastic Four films came and went, and not one recognized our version. And it's like it's never existed until now. Last April, out of the blue, I received a text from Rebecca Staub, the incredible actress who played Sue Storm, saying that Grant Curtis, one of the producers from Marvel, would be calling me. As I read her message, my brain started spinning. Like, wait. That they're doing a new Fantastic Four film, and Marvel wants to talk to me. And then my phone rang, and it was Grant calling me from London. He told me what happened to our film was not right, and he said that they watched it several times and truly understood what it was about: family. He loved the dynamic between the characters, especially between me, Ben Grimm, and Alex Hyde White, Reed Richards, and said he hoped to honor that spirit in the new film. Then he said something I'll never forget. They wanted our Fantastic Four family in their new movie, and I was blown. I hung up the phone, turned to my wife, Paige, and said, well, it looks like we're going to Hollywood. What followed was a whirlwind. Marvel Studios contacted me about wardrobe, contracts, travel, shooting dates, and then came the NDA, and it was intense. Both Paige and I had to sign it. No talking, no hints, no nothing. I even received a text from Marvel security reminding me, do not discuss anything, period. I wanted so badly to tell the world, especially Oli, our director, and Joseph, but I couldn't. Now, I've been out of the business for a while, so this is exciting to be back into the mix. And on our first day, I had to go to Marvel's wardrobe department, and let me tell you, it was like stepping into a Marvel museum. There was costumes and posters and props, and it was incredible. The next day, we were on the set, and this part's pretty cool. I was lucky enough to get clearance to bring Paige, and she never knew me before my Hollywood years, so it was great to see her eyes light up with the excitement. Everyone welcomed us with open arms. It felt like we were long-lost relatives finally coming home. When it was time to film, and this is badass, When it was time to film, they lined us up like the Magnificent Seven, or should I say the Fantastic Four. And we walked shoulder to shoulder about 100 yards to the set. Now picture this. Me, Ben Grimm, next to Alex Hyde White, Reed Richards, next to Rebecca Staub, Sue Storm, next to Jay Underwood, next Johnny Storm, walking side by side as a crew clapped and cheered. It was a true homecoming. Marvel Studios had finally acknowledged our film. After filming, we did on-camera interviews for behind the scene content, and then all four of us went, and our families went out to dinner, sharing stories, laughing, and celebrating. It was an incredible night. Just yesterday, I was interviewed by Vanity Fair, and they asked me why we all stayed so close, and I told them it's because Oli Sassoon, our director, cast people who were close to the characters. From the beginning, we bonded like a family, and when our film was shelved, that bond only grew stronger. And as we fought to have it seen. We attended the premiere this last Monday, the 21st, and I've been to many premieres in my 30-year career, but nothing like this. Blue carpet, skywriters painting F4 logos in the sky, a drone show at night, a full orchestra performing the score, A-list actors and celebrities, F4 cosplayers, even popcorn tubs with branded F4 logos. And when people realized who we were, they loved us. Even the cast was gracious and supportive. I got a chance to introduce myself to Eben Moss-Bachrach, who was the new Ben Grimm. And I told him how much I admired his work. And he was humble and kind. I told him who I was and how I admired his work. And he was humble, kind, and just a total class act. In the premiere, it hit me. Our cameos was not about us. It was about the Marvel Studios finally saying thank you to everyone for helping us bring our version to life. And then I go on to thank everybody else. So anyway, but the interesting thing here, I write, none of this would never happen without Rebecca Staub. Her and her manager reached out to Marvel casting team, Sarah Finn and Molly Doyle, and pitched the idea. They got the whole ball rolling. Thank you, Rebecca. You are incredible. So, and at the end of all my thanks, I always say, you gotta love Hollywood.
Yeah, for sure. That's awesome. What a cool story. Dope. Yeah. What a cool story.
Yeah, so it was just an incredible experience. I mean, just all of it was, again, when we did the film originally, in 1992, 93, we started, then I was really new as an actor, really new. I had done just a few things. And so getting the opportunity to play this, and I so much thought I was going to be in the suit, the Thing suit, but they had started that Thing suit about 6 months before they even hired the actors. And so they had hired a really well-known stunt guy named Carl Cipollio, who's a good friend of mine to this day. He's now fighting to walk again because he's really crippled from all the stunts he's done. But that guy's been in every big movie you can think of. So he was in Casino. He was the guy who get his head squished in the.
Oh yeah.
You got your head in the vice for that
guy. Like that. So it just getting it. We promoted it for a year, went all around the country, and it was really great to to sign autographs and meet people with children's hospitals and radio shows and all that promoting. I had the trailer in my bag. In my carry-on, and me and Alex were coming back from some autograph signing. And this is back in the day when flight attendants, they put in the cassette in the VHS into the recorder and play like the safety briefing for all the passengers. I convinced them to put in the F4 trailer.
That's awesome.
The whole plane cheered.
That's awesome. That's so good.
Oh, that's awesome. I gotta feel like that this movie, with them like reaching back out to you guys and acknowledging all the other Fantastic Four movies have been like kind of flops and not very good. And like this one, when I went and watched the new one, I was like, this is finally the Fantastic Four movie like we've been waiting for. But I feel like karmically they did the right thing. And do you kind of feel that way? Like,
yeah,
now that they've acknowledged.
I think the other ones are cursed. And I remember when the Doom, the documentary came out, we were like in Los Angeles and they they had a panel. They had us up on the stage after the movie. People were asking questions, and someone asked me, why do I think the other movies have not been successful? I said, because it is karma. I said, you're going to have to be able to treat our film right, take care of us first. You do that, then you can be successful. So that's how it is. So but that's also Hollywood, right? So, but I mean, films get shelved all the time, but no film has been shelved to where they allowed you to promote the thing for a whole darn year, right?
You're just lighting money on fire. Like, why wouldn't you let it go? It's already done.
Right? Yeah. Like, why not just release it and recoup something, because you're not getting anything not releasing it.
Yeah.
So speaking of kind of your kind of being in a bunch of cool horror themes, The Hills Have Eyes and The Hills Have Eyes 2, like, was that a lot of fun? Was a lot of fun being in both those movies? Like, was
what? That... Of course it was.
Yeah.
So great crazy stories about those films. That's the iconic character Pluto, right?
Yeah.
And then do I have to? Oh, this one's beautiful here. This is juicy. That's juicy right there.
That's awesome.
And I say, you give me baby. So I say that to my wife now. She says, I'm 61. And I said, that's not happening.
True miracle, baby.
I'm 67 and she's 61. Yeah, we're not doing this. Funny, I got divorced, and there was this one girl who was like 30 years old. I'm like, hey, that's just too young. I can't, after I got divorced, I started dating again, right? Because I dated, I was married for 28 years. Yeah. And then my wife wanted to find herself, do something else. So she did. And I was in Dallas. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just going to do the Bachelor thing, and jumped on Bumble or whatever I did, and did that whole situation for a bit. So, but there were some young gal. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing that. Sure. So I'm going to date someone my own age. That's badass. Yeah. And so I found a badass chick in Northwest Arkansas, and that's where I live right now. So, but
awesome. All right.
Yeah. So, but those, doing The Hills of Eyes was a blessing. Really was. Alex Aja, the director, was great, and I won an award for that. Right, the Fangoria Chainsaw Awards for that. So, that was pretty cool. And then playing that character, and I met Michael Berryman I think a year or two after. He and I were in Europe signing autographs, or in Amsterdam, and just a gracious, cool dude, And I said, hey, we're having dinner together. I said, hey, I wouldn't be here without you. I mean, you started it. I did my own character too. I didn't watch the original Hills of Eyes, and the director didn't want me to, because he didn't want me to get influenced by that at all. So bring your own thing, because at the time I was known as one of the the baddest bad dudes there is in Hollywood, right? So and it's funny because I'm not that kind of guy. I could be. You put a helmet on, or you piss me off. The different story, I might end up in jail. But
get you in the weight room.
yeah. But So it was good. And then the second one, I did a pretty good job. I felt I did, and then I won that award. And before that though, I was driving back from San Francisco back to LA, and I get this call from Mary Magdalena, who was the producer, one of the producers on it. This is when Wes Craven was still alive, and she says, "Hey, we want you for the new one." I said, "Okay," and then it's funny because Greg Nicotero, you know who he is, right? Greg Nicotero. So he headed up the makeup. KMB headed up the makeup for Pluto, and I remember I get a call from him. He goes, "Hey," he goes, "Come to the hospital." I'm like, "What?" He goes, "I'm in the hospital." And I come to the hospital. I go, "Okay." So I go to the hospital. He's laying in the bed. He's like naked with his gown on. I'm like, "Dude." He goes, that's a stupid procedure. Don't worry about it. He goes, he throws a script at me. He goes, "It's Hills of Eyes 2. You pick any role, it's yours." I'm like, "Really?" So and then the character I wanted was they wouldn't let me play that because it was like they wanted me to play the big bad guy. Sure. So I did Hades, and it was great. So yeah, it was good.
Did you get a chance to interact with Wes Craven at all? Was he on set?
Yeah. So I got the privilege of being directed by him. So on the second movie, director was fine. He was great, but I guess there were some issues going behind the scenes that we didn't know about, and so he got replaced. When we went back to LA, they were doing pickups, and they didn't have him. They had Wes Craven, so he directed me and all the stuff to pickups. So it was pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Like the second one, I had all this snot coming out of my mouth. So that and things like that. And it's funny that one picture I showed you, I'm on top of that gal. She's a phenomenal actress, and I forgot her name. But she, during one of the takes, some of that snot goes right in her mouth.
Oh.
And she's like, she just goes like this. Let's just keep going.
Trooper.
Yeah, I remember when we were doing that, I had to rape her, right? And it's, they're showing it from the top up, right? And I'm doing dry humping or whatever I'm doing, right? And it's not me actually touching her; it's me hitting the table. I'm not actually doing physical contact with her. But we kept going and going and going. I'm like, dude, I don't even last this long in real life. What the hell? I mean, come on. What am I going to call cut? I mean, I'm just getting tired here. I just need a drink. Anyway, so
need a cigarette.
Yeah. So.
Oh my goodness.
It was fun.
Sweet. But, all right. So you said you like writing also. So you kind of been in a lot of facets of this. What is your favorite part of acting or the movie making, or like, do you prefer the writing? Do you like to see like your words being performed, or do you like? Yeah. Do you like to get in there?
I've written some stuff. I've written some shorts and things like that. How this whole thing started. I did a movie I think it was in the 90s or maybe 90s called Space Marines. I played this character named Gunther. Really cool, fun role. I'm gonna. I don't know if the sound is gonna play. Will the sound play if I play a video? Do you know?
It'll be through your microphone, so it might not be great. If you want to send it to me, I can play it over top of this at some point.
I don't know if I can. No.
Okay. All right, you can play it if you want. We just catch off your mic.
Let me see if I can do it. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, I'll turn it up. And let me see. Anyway, hold on a second. So I played this character, and when I played this character, it was a great character named Gunther, and he doesn't. They didn't die. He doesn't die in the end. The writer forgot to kill me off. So we were like running out of time. I said, how about I just write a scene for you? So I wrote a scene. It was really cool. And this kind of got me into acting. So I wrote like a whole sequel. I didn't die, so I wrote a sequel to it. And that's kind of how it happened. Let me play this and then see if I can get this to hold on for a second. Let me pause it. Okay, hold on. It's bad quality. Just let you know.
Okay, it's plenty loud. We heard the initial hit.
Did you hear it right? Okay, cool. Let me see. Share screen. Hold on. Here we go. Do I got it? Right here. All right. You ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I got to present it real quick. Here you go.
Okay, tell me when you're ready. Okay.
All right, hit play. You're golden.
You hear it?
Yeah. Oh, I got screen.
Yep.
Call off the search. Notify the colonel that we just hit the jackpot. Now for the fun part.
Very fast.
Drop. Hey, big guy, go ahead and take whatever you want. Shut the hell up. That's the command you want. Vice Minister John Adams of the United Planets. The Colonel will pay triple for Vice Minister. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh man, I'm like, I hope he shoots that guy. I hope he shoots that guy.
Well, I found these videos that I had stashed away a long time. There's a whole bunch of little vignettes that are really funny that I've done, different things. But anyway, yeah, so that was the movie, and then it kind of inspired me to write a sequel to it. And then when I wrote it, I'm like, I don't want to do a sequel. I'm going to write it. I'm just going to do it on my own. So I just wrote a separate film. It's called Dark Sun. But I've written about I think 12 screenplays. I got ideas for another probably 30. I wrote log lines for. But the one I just got one option is called it's called My Good Boy.
Okay.
And let me see if I can share this with you.
You won't get in trouble for sharing this stuff, right? I don't know how options work.
No, because it's optioned, and yeah, we're good. I can share it with you. I can't tell you too much about it.
Sure.
I'm gonna do this right here. Let me share this one. So I did some concept art. Oh, what is that? Stop, cancel. What's going on here? Sorry.
It's okay. Not a big deal at all. This is fun.
This is actually typical Three Geeks.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
There was a time in our lives where Max forgot to hit record for an hour and a half take. It's fine.
Why is this not going?
Those are wild, unsubstantiated allegations.
I'm trying to make this. Here, I'll just do this real quick. Just give me a second here. Oh, writing's be good.
Sure.
Yep. Oh yeah. No worries.
Okay, this works. Okay, yeah, that'll work right there. Share screen, window, bam. That right there. So that's the concept art that I did.
Ooh, that was cool.
Yeah, so that's based on semi autobiographical. So it's called My Good Boy.
Does it have a story in there about someone getting taken in Iran in a car full of killers?
That'll be a different movie.
Okay.
Well, that'll be a different movie. So this movie is. Let me get back to this back. So yeah, so as you imagine, 6'4", 160 pounds, probably in high school. I was even skinnier. I was picked on and beat up all the time, and so I used. Like severely. One time I got tied up against a tree and left there. I've always had to find new ways of the bus. People were waiting to beat me up, pound on me. And so I use sports to try to earn that respect. And so I did. And you always hear about these great stories about athletes who win Super Bowl or World Series, whatever. Ever hear about the guy who blows out his knee and left it with nothing? And that's what happened to me. And it sent me down a dark path. So where the guns and the faces and the getting stabbed and shot at and all that. Like that. So yeah. Sure. So it's about that and getting out of it. And so it just turned out to be a really good story. And it's got bits and pieces of my life, but a lot of it is, a lot more fantastic than real life. You have to be,
It's Hollywood, right?
Yeah. You lived more of a Hollywood life than I ever will. Already, it's a wild story.
Yeah, for sure.
I do want to ask you one more thing, but I was working on Kids vs. Monsters because we have a friend, Jesse Camacho, that you're on the film with, and I was like, I thought it'd be fun to ask you about it. I was working with our buddy Jesse.
What did he look like? I don't remember.
I have a picture. Here you go.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I knew who he is. The big guy. All those guys are great. So everybody was great. Yeah.
Good. Good.
That I don't know, just it was good. I auditioned and ended up getting it, and I'm like, what the hell? Next thing you know, I'm in this big old turnip head thing going on.
Was that practical effects then, or just CGI around your head, or did they
No,
actually have
was,
a turnip head?
that was practical. It was full on piece. So yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was.
I mean, like,
go ahead.
When you're working on a movie and you're wearing the turnip head, are you like, this is just ridiculous, you know, like, or are you like, this could be it, you know, like, what's the kind of attitude you carry into something like that?
Well, it's like Pluto, you know, doing any of those kind of where I have to wear prosthetics. So probably out of the 100 movies and TV shows, and not counting, you know, commercials that I've done, like with Tim McGraw, and you know, and just I've done tons of commercials, and you know, things with Toby Keith and a bunch of stuff. You know, only a small part's been with, you know, prosthetics on, you know, or something like that. So it's been mostly my big ugly mug. So yeah, no, but when you get that on your, you know, you get it done, and normally takes like probably at least 2 hours to sometimes 4 hours to get it done. Like Charmed, I did that for 2 years, right? So I was on Charmed playing Balthazar, and yeah, so you kind of like sit there and just become that character a little bit. You know, you become cocooned. No one wants to really talk to you like, hey, how you doing? How's the baby? You know, not like that. So yeah.
Did you like working on commercials then? Was that a fun thing? Like, was it
commercials? Yeah, I mean, they get paid up. Back in the day, in the 90s, you do one national commercial, and you could live off of it. You can't do that, and the way they negotiate contracts anymore. You know, it's so funny. I'm going to be a little political here, just a little bit.
Sure,
but go for it.
It's such a Hollywood can be hypocritical at times. Everybody's, let's help everybody out. Let's do this, do that. But when it comes to producers, they will freaking fuck you in 2 seconds and take all your money. Only the top small percent make enough to live. Everybody else lives like freaking paupers, but poverty level. Well, that's not the quote the liberal way, is it? That's not the democratic way. No. They'll screw the little guy in 2 seconds. That pisses me off more than anything. So there's great actors out there that are freaking, you know, in a poorhouse because, you know, they're not sharing, you know, and things like that. So you got to, you know, because to me, yeah, it's about the big stars. They're the ones that are going to pull in the money and things like that. But still, you know, I don't know. It just pisses me off sometimes.
Yeah, everybody's got to live. Everybody's got to eat. There's a lot of there's standards of living you have to have for sure.
And everyone like if you didn't need everyone who worked on it, then you wouldn't have had them there. And it's like we're all part of the team. You know, like why are only 2 or 3 people really?
Yeah, it's like the same thing as background people, right? So I've stuck up for background people more than on the sets. I've gotten in fights with people, especially like there's been behind the scenes people that treated background people like crap.
Sure.
You know, and I'd say, hey, you don't do that, man. Don't do that. And whatever. So anyway, yeah, that's the only thing. Okay, I'm done. No,
it's a good soapbox. The one I appreciate.
It's real for sure. Like that's the truth. And you know, like with the writer's strike and the actor strike recently, you know, I'm behind. You know, I'm all for it. Like, there's no reason that the 4 guys in the office who didn't actually do anything should make the most from these things. It just doesn't make any sense.
No, listen, I'm all for capitalism and I'm all for all that, and I bust my ass and I have my own company and I'm doing great and I love making money, but you know, it's just such a hypocritical for most in Hollywood. They jump up and down, these very virtuous, but they'll F over everybody else in 2 seconds, right? Just, you know. Mm-hmm. And so anyway.
So you have such a storied, you have such a long list of movies and things you've been associated with. Do you have a favorite memory or thing from set, from any of these things you've been on, that really stick out in your memory?
Yeah, I mean, we could talk for 5
minutes. I know. That's why I was like, give me 1 or 2, and I promise we'll reschedule. Everyone's like, we'll be here all night, and I'm fine with it.
Yeah, we got like 12 minutes because listen, I get up at 4 a.m. every morning.
Oh, you're tired then. Oh boy.
by 5. I'm at the gym by 5 working out. Yeah, I'll tell you one that's really cool. It's fun. I did a movie called Undisputed with Bing Rames and Wesley Snipes. So we shot this. I played the Aryan Brotherhood gang leader. And so when we started filming, or the day, I remember the day we put us up at Caesar's Palace, and I got there on the Super Bowl day. So it was like end of January, beginning of February, Super Bowl. I forgot what, this is early 2000s. And so, the next day it was funny. It was me, Wes Studi, Bing Rames, and we were in a bus together. We were in a van together driving out to the set the next morning. It was like early. It was like probably 5:30 or 6. And we shot at this prison called High Desert Prison, maximum security. They had like 3 or 4 pods, and one of the pods was empty. They were refurbishing it. So we used that to film it. They had security all around. And man, we went over the hill, and after driving like an hour, went over the hill and revealed the prison up into the kind of the mountainous area with lights all around it. The conversation in the van just stopped. It's like, holy shit. Now it's pucker factor of 100, and you couldn't wear tennis shoes. You couldn't wear anything blue, and you couldn't wear blue jeans. So you had to, because that's what the prison garb was, the same. So when I went there, they put a big, huge swastika on the back of my head. I had ABs on both these hands here. I had stuff on my neck. I had a bunch of stuff, and let me see if I can find a picture of that. I don't know if I can or not. But anyway, so I couldn't I'm like, dude, what am I gonna do? Oh, here's Super Freddy. I didn't show this to you guys. That's no suit.
That's
no suit.
That's awesome.
Me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's me. That's without the prosthetics. Anyway, that was a makeup test. And so they had all this stuff on me, and then I'm like, cool. Well, I'm filming is totally fine, but guess what? You wear those tattoos for 2 or 3 weeks until, where am I gonna go?
With the big old
Caesar's Palace. What am I supposed to do? And so I'm like, so I had a beanie. They gave me a beanie to wear. I had like a high collared shirt up here like this to cover the stuff here, but my hands still had ABs on them. And I'm like, what the hell? So I had a day. We started filming and doing stuff. I was there for like about 2 months in Vegas. They put up Caesar's Palace, and it got boring after a while. Trust me. Staying there.
Sure.
And there was a gym about maybe 30, 40-minute walk away. I wasn't going to train at the one in Caesar's Palace. I wanted to train at a real gym. So I found one, and it was a gym where all the local shows, all this, like I saw Siegfried and Roy before the guy got eaten by the tiger. I saw them training there, working out or whatever. They were doing little foofy stuff. But I'd go there and lift, throw around weight, right? I was a pretty big dude. And so I went in the gym, and I was wearing long sleeves and the collar's up here, and middle of working out, like it was on probably the second day, I pulled up my cap off and wiped my brow, and people saw the swastika, and I put it back on real quick. I finished working out. And then as I walk outside, everybody's staring at me. I'm like, whatever, I'm thinking, oh, they recognize me from a movie. No, that wasn't it. So as I walk outside, 2 Vegas cop cars pull up like this, pull out their guns. The guy hooks me up, throws me against the hood. I'm at the hood like this, my hands handcuffed. And the guy's got a club and bam, into my kidneys going, what school do you go to? I'm like, what? What school do you go to, motherfucker? I'm like, I went to Eastern Michigan. He goes, no, asshole, prison. I didn't know school meant prison. So it makes sense, though. But I didn't, I'm like this with my hands behind my back going, no, officer, understand. I'm doing a movie with Bing Rames, called Undisputed. It hasn't come out yet, but I'm doing this at the High Desert Prison. I play this character, Aryan Brotherhood gang leader. And he goes, I said, you go ahead, you can scrape one of the A's off. So he scraped one of the A's off, scrape part of it. and unhooks me, turns me around, gets in my face, little short dude, gets in my face, well, tries to, and he says, you better cover up your colors walking around here, dude, because you and I are gonna have some issues. I said, no problem, officer. Not, you know. So next day I go to the set and I'm in the makeup trailer, and the makeup artist goes, "What happened to your hand?" So I told her the story. So then later on in the day, we're ready to set up this shot, and Walter Hill, the director, a pretty well-known director, walks up to me and he goes, "Hey, Michael, so I hear you ran a little bit of trouble downtown." And I said, "Yeah." I said, "I almost got arrested." And he goes, "You know what? That's good casting." That's what he said. So that's something. So it's funny.
Thanks, guy.
You know, in that movie, like there's a couple things that I try not to say. Well, some things are written, right? I'm a Christian, and I refrain or try. I don't say it in my regular word, my language, like Jesus Christ or God damn it. I don't say those words in vain. I just don't. I just don't use them in my common language. To me, they're a little offensive. It's not. You can drop the F-bomb all you want and mother whatever you want. I don't. That to me, that's no. Those are just we made those words up. So what I was gonna say is shit. I was gonna say something. So I have this scene with Ving Rhames. It's in the latrine. It's in the movie, and I walk up to him. The first word I say is "Hey, enter," whatever. I'm like, and we're getting ready for this scene, and Ving's like an actor's actor. This guy's a badass guy, great guy, thick dude. I mean, he's like probably 5'11" or something like that, but just a thick dude. And I go, "Hey, Ving," I said, "Hey, man, I got to say this thing to you." And I said, I have, first of all, never said it. I said, I don't want to say it. And there's any way we could change. He goes, "Dude, we got to say what's written." I understand that. But he goes, "Dude, it's fucking being an actor. Just be an actor. Freaking just say it." Okay.
I'm not offended.
Yeah, so those don't really hit me. And then so then Walter walks up and goes, "Hey, Michael, I think we're gonna cut that line." I'm like, Thank you. So it was pretty cool. But after that film, I was walking in like the Inglewood, Inglewood area where it's predominantly black in the Los Angeles area. I was walking there. I went to the mall because there's a place there that I was visiting, and I said, I'm going to go there. There was all these black dudes were like all walking together, and they saw me just after the movie came out. "Yo, man, you're that dude. Fuck you, man." I'm like, "Dude, hold it. That's the movie. That's not the real thing." So yeah. So I bet there's been a couple times where that's happened where I've been people thought I did this movie called Best of the Best 3. I played a white nationalist guy, and we shot this in Bedford, Indiana, and in Jackson, Ohio. But Bedford, Indiana is where the Ku Klux Klan Dragon started. That's where he was born and raised. I know what it is now. Back in the day, that was a racist area, man. We're talking racist, and I have never been around that or seen that, and to me, it freaking pisses me off. Me and this guy named Mark Ralston, phenomenal actor in Aliens 2, great actor. I'm his right hand man. We killed this black preacher, and then we kill him, and all these people, extras, they have around this rock quarry, and they're all from locally. So they go after we got doing that. And it was we get done. We're killing, and we all go, "What say you?" We go, "Zeke, what say you?" We the whole neo-Nazi bullshit. And so then we go, "All right, we're gonna cut for lunch." Walk into lunch, and some of the actors walk up to me and they go, "Hey, man, I'm with you." I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" "No, man, white power." I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Jeez.
I always kick these guys.
Yeah, it's got to be wild too. I mean, especially because you're a big guy. You got a mean look, so they're gonna have you playing bad guys who do bad things. Yeah. People just see a movie and associate that with you. That's got to be wild.
Yeah, the first half of my career, I had hair, so I slicked it back most of the time. I tried to look pretty a couple times, but I never got the role. And also, thing too is if I would come in to an audition, I wouldn't come in like this. Hey, how you doing? I'm Michael Bailey Smith. I'd come in. Hey, I'm Michael Bailey Smith. Let's do this. I'm just freaking. I'm ready for Christian film that I got. I got done reading for the Christian film. I said, you know what? Fuck all you guys. I ended up getting it. So it was good.
Too scared not to give you the role.
Yeah,
that was the kind of character I had to play, so it was good. So yeah,
that's awesome.
No, that's awesome.
Yo, it was good stuff. So yeah, what else we talk about? We have a little more time.
Well, actually, any questions? Anything else for throw
I'm all out. I'm just
that's okay. Yeah.
My time.
What was it like on Malcolm in the Middle? Tell me about Malcolm in the Middle real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah. So typical thing. I played this crazy soccer coach, and Bryan Cranston. He's a soccer coach too for his kid, right? And he's playing. Let's do this. After we get done, we can do ice cream and cookies. And I'm over there going to my team. We're gonna rip their heads off, whatever, like this. They're gonna do that situation. And so, do I have a video of that? Let me see if I do. Hold on a minute. Oh, I got something. Here we go. Let me see real quick. So let me just do this real quick. Okay, we can play my. It's a demo reel. It's oh shit, it's kind of long. So let me see. Here, we'll play this. You don't mind?
No, please.
Nope. Yeah, let's try it.
Okay. It has a lot of different cool stuff.
You're my first interview with visual aids, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm genuinely here for it. Yeah, the same.
Okay, hold on for a second. Here we go. I'm going to crank this up a little bit. All right, here we go.
And the winner for the bloodiest beatdown,
Michael Bailey Smith and Aaron Stanford, The Hills Have Eyes.
Danny Trejo.
Look how big I am to.
Yeah.
Man.
You're a massive human.
Wow, this is awesome. It's incredible.
yeah!
And I have that award too. Oh,
How fun was that though? Just to just oh man,
Oh, it
it
was
was
awesome.
a lot of fun. So much fun.
You're a great bad guy.
I did this scene first because it's epitome of my career.
Okay.
Listen to what he says, what I say here.
Okay. You okay?
You're a great show. It's a great show tonight.
Dad, are they ever gonna let you be a good guy again?
Good guy. And why would I want to be? Good guys are boring. Come on, you think all those people up there came to see the good guy? Came to see the bad guy. Came to see me.
Here's his undisputed scene. There's Ving.
We aim to not associate with anybody around here.
You make Bing Rames look small.
Yeah, tiny.
Who the hell are you?
The pleasure's all mine. Your Honor, I'm appearing for Ms. McGuire in this matter.
Where's Kathleen?
She sent me to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you. How much did you pay?
$1,500.
I'm more expensive, but I think I can get you off of probation.
How expensive?
The victim didn't die, did he?
Ain't that amazing?
I'm going to cost you another $1,500. Can you pay me now, or do you want me to ask the judge for another continuance?
Let's see what you got. Well, $927.
I've never had $1,500 in my
Yeah, no kidding. I would love to have that problem.
figured out why the father's in Jamaica.
That's actually Jamaica where we filmed this.
You know?
My parents are from Jamaica.
That's awesome. So that's a real chimpanzee, and he's about 10 times stronger than me.
You what? 10 times what?
Stronger.
Oh, wow. Oh, sure.
Wake up, man. Huh? It's time to get down to the rhythm of the island.
Was it cool working with like an animal like that? Was it just whatever?
It was fun.
Yeah.
No scary.
There was times when Lisa was rude and obnoxious. I know now that was no excuse to always be beaten on her. Oh, baby, I'm just so sorry.
Man, they do not give you kind rules, do they? Just go right
Here you go.
Like that.
Here it is.
What we're going to do is go out on that field, and we are going to have some fun. You kids make me sick. You're not puking. You're not playing hard enough. It's a beautiful day. Let's go out and enjoy the sunshine and play some soccer. We'll rip their heads off. Do you hear me? Now stop crying. Stop crying, you little baby. Hey, why don't you just ease up? Come on, they're just kids. You hear that, man? That's what a loser sounds like.
Officer Mike Willis from traffic.
Hey, thanks for coming over, Mike. Listen, I got this problem. Traffic problem? Yeah, it's a speeder. He's up and down here like crazy. You know, it's a family neighborhood, and I got a little daughter.
Say no more. Got 3 of my own. All I want them to do is grow up secure in the knowledge that they're protected by the purity and simplicity of the MPSL. Maximum posted speed limit.
Right.
All anyone ever has to say to Mike Willis is, all right, Mike, bring peace to my neighborhood.
Okay. Hi, Mike. Bring peace to my neighborhood.
Done.
Thanks.
And so I go arrest everybody. Blind people, old ladies. This is my first sitcom.
Yeah.
From Murphy Brown.
That's awesome.
Could you file this, please?
Oh, I will file this. No one can file this folder better than me. The titan of typing, the master of...
You were about to laugh this
I'm just a wizard of whiteout.
I know family matters? That's fun. That's dope.
What are you two jabbering about?
Nothing. We're just telling each other riddles.
Well, I've got a riddle for you. What's dead and don't move?
Oh, what?
You in 30 seconds.
Oh, Urkel.
That's the big riddle.
More and more.
That was the later episode too.
What's so funny?
It's breakfast time.
Was it fun just breaking stuff?
Yeah, it was good. That's how I'm shot in Morocco.
Oh, really?
Yeah. About 120 every day.
Oh.
That's all me. There's no stunt guy.
That's awesome. You lifting him? Oh, yeah.
No, he's up. He's standing. Yeah.
Oh, what a cute little screwdriver.
You can see how I can win an award for this. It's pretty cool. This is a badass movie here. Looking for this boy. That's a pencil in my eye.
Oh.
It's a little whooshy hood.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Last step in my fortune gets my pain. The price with which I purchase
The death of the Slayer.
Did you get to like keep any of the prosthetic stuff you ever got?
Yeah,
You-
I just found something today.
Oh, okay.
This is my first roll on Charmed. This led to Balthazar.
Oh, okay. That's awesome.
Cool.
That's Shax. That's Von Damme film there.
Oh, okay.
That's Von Damme I'm picking up and throwing.
You've been in a lot of really cool stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome.
That's Star Trek. Submerged. Seven Days. My Favorite Martian. Bloodshot.
Oh my goodness.
That's a badass shot right there.
That's a very cool shot. For sure. Dude, that was awesome. You've
Thank
been
you.
a lot of fun stuff. That's
Yeah.
really
All right.
fun.
Good. Well, that's a good way to finish the
All right.
show.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, Michael, thank you so much for coming on. It has been our great honor and a fucking blast having you on. Yeah, thank you so much. Is there anything you got coming out? Anything you want to plug, or where can people find you?
Yeah, I'm just the writing thing, My Good Boy. I am gonna talk about my wife's company. It's called Inseam Saver. So Inseam Saver, and this is, you guys are big dudes, but if you're tall or whatever, if you ever wash your clothes and sometimes they shrink, this product will turn them back to the original length. Nothing on the market like it, so we just launched a couple months ago, so it's really cool. And other than that, I mean, my only parting words are, and I like to tell people this, is that, life, most people in this world, I treat life almost like in the classroom, right? Most people in this world are going to get a C in life. They're going to do average things, get an average job, and they'll probably just live an average life, right? And some people are happy with that, right? Some are happy with that. We need people that in that classroom to get that, that majority of people, they're in that C. But my thing is, that doesn't compute with me. I can't do that. I got to shoot for the A+ in life. I do. I might not get the A+. I might get a A or A- or a B+. That's pretty damn good. So how do you do that? Well, first thing that I do, I always tell everybody is a couple things. First of all, you're ever asked to do something, do a little bit more than you're asked. Stay a little longer, work a little harder. Those three things will get you going in the right direction, because most people are going to do just enough to get by. They're going to live the average life. I have told that to my sons. My younger son, he is now a coach at UNT, University of North Texas. Before that, he showed up at the Dallas Cowboys headquarters and FaceTimes me and says, "Dad, guess where I'm going? I'm going to go ask the Dallas Cowboys for a job." And I'm, okay, cool. Now he played high school football. He went to JUCO. He got banged up pretty good, and he couldn't play anymore. He blew out his back and had 2 concussions in a row. Big call, 6'5", 240 pounds, run to 4 and 4.6. Great tight end it would have been. But I told him about my theory in life and what you need to do, and so a lot of times in life you get two choices. You can either take the choice of just letting, not stepping forward and letting someone else take the opportunity, or you step forward and take it. It's like me when I went to audition for Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5. I could have said no to the casting director, but I said yes because I had just go in. I was scared shitless. The first being on the set of Nightmare on Elm Street, I was scared shitless, and I did it anyway. I wasn't very good, but I did enough to get my SAG card, and started studying my ass off. That's what he's doing. My older son was an Army Ranger, played college football, won a boar ring. Now he's back in a combat veteran, a whole situation, Afghanistan, Iraq, did some special things and special operations. And now he's back in doing things that I can't talk about right now, but just phenomenal human being. That's my older son. My younger son is making a name for himself at UNT as a coach. He's an assistant coach. He first hired him just to do laundry. And then when he showed up to do laundry, they go, well, our assistant coach for running backs, he quit. So you want to take the job? Hell yeah. That's how it goes, right? You could have said, no, I'll stick with laundry. But he said, no, I'm going to do it. He wants to be a head coach. But you know what? Just don't be the head coach. Be the head coach who's going to win a national championship. That's shooting for the A+ in life. So that's what I tell my kids. I have to tell everybody that. Same thing for you guys. Run your podcast. You got a great logo. You should be bigger than Joe Rogan. That's your goal, right? Be the baddest, biggest podcasting thing in the country, in the world. Just keep striving for it. So that's what I tell everybody. I'll end with that.
There's nothing more to say. Thank you, everybody.
Nope.
Appreciate watching. See ya.
Recycle your droids.